Hi, I'm Rodney Sharp, President of SharpGrade International. Today I'd like to introduce to you our latest grader, our GS130. And the S stands for side shift. So this grader has side shift and a pitching blade. So it's pretty unique. And the other feature it's got is that the entire front can be disconnected and then it can be used as a six-way blade. So it'll be a six-way blade with side shift and a pitching blade. So it'll be the most unique grader on the market. So we'll talk about that and show you how that works in a minute. It has all of our standard features of all our other graders, which is zero cross coupling, everything's sealed, shielded and lifetime lubricated, so you never have to grease any part of this machine. The walking beam is our offset design, so that when you have been working with a bulldozer or something like that and it leaves grouser marks or standard six-way blade that leaves mounds in the ground, these will walk over them in a step fashion, so it will make the grading smoother. Everything's sealed, don't have to lubricate anything. It has our 900 kilogram or 2,000 pound wheel bearings, so these are the heaviest in class, and they are double sealed, and so you never need to adjust them or grease them, so they're fit and forget. They have shields on all of the valve stems, so you can push through piles of aggregate and not worry about damaging the wheels or the valve stems. It has two rubber bump stops so that the walking beam doesn't bang around when you're walking over undulating ground, so keeps it smooth. And that's the whole idea, is everything, when you're precision grading, everything has to be smooth. We have our twin outboard mounted parabolic mirrors, so you can see the blade and the wings, and we've mounted these right to the front for two reasons. One, when you have your 3D masts and they pitch forward, we have to leave clearance for that, but also because you have side shift, you need to be able to see more to the side. So we've shifted them right to the front so you get really good visibility. Right, you can see the entire blade and the wings. So this blade, we have two options. You can have a standard option with no side wings, or you can have it with side wings. So without side wings, it's 95.6 inches wide, which is just under 2.4 meters wide. So it's completely road legal, and that gives you a 106 inch blade tip to tip, which is 2.7 meters wide in round figures. If you have the hydraulic side wings, that takes it out to 101.8 inches tip to tip, so it's road legal without a permit, and that takes you out to 3.3 meters. So it is a big blade. This thing is not a toy. This thing needs a minimum of 100 horsepower. So if you've got 100 to 135 horse machines, this is what it's designed for. So what sort of guys would use a type of machine like this? Well, guys that are doing large car parks, things like that, where they want to rough the material and then finish it. Guys doing road maintenance and road building, where you need a heavy blade and a big blade. So this blade, when the front is removed, it is designed to be a six-way blade, which means you need to be able to have it tall to be able to carry material. So a very, very versatile blade. So to disconnect the front is a very easy procedure. So first of all, you need to make sure that your wheels are facing forward. So I've got one set back and forwards. So we roll them forward until they're both facing the ground, and then we make sure that the blade is fully up, fully raised, to give us the maximum amount of pitch forward or crowd forward. We put a little bit of weight on the wheels, and then we unlock the hitch. You unlock the hitch and it will roll it forward, and you lift and crowd forward so that the tongue comes out from under the pin, and then you back out. When you want to hitch up again, and when you're working with the blade normally as a six-way blade, the hitch is fully retracted. and you can do everything. When you want to hitch the front on again, you unlock the hitch, the tongue will come forward, we will roll into the front attachment, drop the tongue down until it goes under the front pin, then we will retract or crowd it back until it takes a load. We will then lock the hitch and we will lower the blade down, the attachment onto the ground, onto the boom stops. Then we will roll it forward, crowd it forward, and the hitch will pull it forward into the hitch, and then we crowd back and it's locked. And it's locked 100%. You can put the weight of the machine on it and it won't move. So it's nice and simple and safe to connect and disconnect. And that's all there is. So let's look at a few more of the features. So on this side, we've got our hydraulic side wing, and when it's fully back, the blade is perfectly straight and there is no gap in the blade whatsoever. And what's unique about this wing is that when it folds forward, the blade slides behind the middle blade. So there is no gap to make a snail trail. And when you pitch the blade forward, of course, you have that perfectly straight edge for when you want to pack material. So our wings have our standard rub bar. So if you're working around curbs and you want to grade right to the curb, you can rub this on the curb without damaging it. The wings are tungsten armoured because the wing is always the one that does the hardest work. So we armour 6 inches, 150 mil along the bottom edge, and 2 inches or 50 mil up the side. So we do that on a wing or the fixed edge, depending what option you have, but it's still got the same thing because that is always the tip that does the work. The adapter edge in the middle is reversible, so you can change that from side to side, and the whole idea is to make it get as many lives out of it as possible. We have a pad on here for 3D masts, so it's pre-drilled for all the standard masts. It's nice and robust, so when you're running 3D, you can run your mast on there. When you're running 2D with quad grade, the masts are here, and we know how far the blade is pitching. We've got sensors on there to tell us how far it's pitching, so we can calculate it, so it's all done in the quad grade system. So for 2D laser, awesome, no problem at all. And we can also run grade assist, where we can run slope control. We can also run a sonic, all the standard features. So our quad grade system comes with graduated laser poles, so quick and easy to set up, no tape measure required. So you set your blade on your datum, you slide the receiver until it's reading 0 on the screen, you lock it, you record the dimension under it, you set the opposite receiver to exactly the same, and you're set up good to go. You're perfectly accurate and ready to grade. So no tape measure, no messing around required. Quick and accurate. So this blade will pitch 36 degrees forward, which will give you a 7 degrees negative rake on the blade. So when you're running with compacted soil, you pitch the blade and you can scrape it. So really good for compacted materials. And then when you want to finish grade, you pitch the blade forward and you pack material under there, and it's the same as if you're icing a cake. You don't tip the edge of your knife back like that, you roll it forward and you lay the material on. So that's the same thing that you do with a blade. So really good. So when the front is removed, we have a 6-way blade. All 6-way blades are very aggressive because that's what they're designed for. So they're not very good for finishing. But if you have a pitching blade that you can pack material, you can do the same as what you do with your knife on your icing, and it can be nice and smooth. So you can do a lot of grading with this without that aggressive nature of a 6-way blade. And of course, when you clip your wheels on, you have a grader and you have that precision. The Wheels we have placed another 20 inches further forward than our standard G128, for the reason that when the blade articulates and is pitched forward, we have to have extra room here. And so we've pushed everything forward, and the further forward you have your wheels, the more accurate it is. So this blade is not designed for confined areas. You can use the 6-way blade for confined areas, but it's more for open grading. So really good for linear work like roads and things like that. It's a tall blade, so it's 20.5 inches from this edge to the ground. So it can carry a lot of material, and it's taller than any other blade on the market. So it's designed for carrying material and placing material. So what we have here is we have our side shift cylinder. So this does the side shift, but it's also the pivot point for the blade to pitch. So it's completely sealed, lubricated by the hydraulic oil, never needs shimming, adjusting, and doesn't wear out. So it's a 3.5 inch rod, induction hardened chrome bar. So really robust and rigid, and pretty much no flex in it. This is our pitching cylinder, once again sealed for life bearings in there, hardy lube bush, so never need to grease it. We have 2 cylinders, one at the bottom, one at the top. The top one is a cylinder that just doesn't have hydraulic oil fed to it. So it's full of oil and glides like a normal cylinder. You can pull and push it. If it's disconnected, you can pull and push it by hand. Self-lubricated, so never needs greasing. So our same philosophy all throughout is you never have to grease this. We've got our standard quad rod linkages, same as a standard G128, which are sealed, shielded and lifetime lubricated. And you'll see we've got our scarifiers. So these are an option that you can put on to this model at any time. So it bolts on, and you can see it bolts between the hitch plate. And the design of this is so the load from the scarifiers goes directly through the hitch plate into the base machine. It does not go through the structure. So it keeps the load where you need it. So these sit down 2 inches, 50 mil into the ground, and they can trail on the way back. So we have a lost linkage motion in there. So if you do grade backwards without retracting them, they will just fold up out of the way and can't hurt anything. We also have our shock absorber spring in the middle, and this is designed so that if you strike something hard, the spring will flex and take the shock out and convert it to heat and protect the structure. So we can optimize the structure. So just another little thing we do give you better life and less maintenance. So we have high performance proportional valves, same as we have on all of our other attachments, for high speed and high accuracy. It has electronic load sense, same as all our other graders, for that instant response time, and you can change it from open center to closed center, especially machines, a blade like this, which will be on large machines. Most of them are running a pressure compensated pump now, so we can accommodate an open center or closed center in the valve, and you can change that in under 30 seconds. We have some little features. We've lowered the height of the rear cover to give you better visibility, and we've put a slot in it now so that you can see the controller. You can see when you're in auto, so you can look through the slot and see the little light that comes on when you're on auto. So lots of little features like that we've added and just improved the product. It's got our standard adjustable hitch plate, so you can adjust it to get the blade perfectly vertical, the back of it perfectly vertical, so when the wing sweeps, it doesn't sweep on an angle. And so you can scarify, you can blade, you can side shift, you can pitch. So this has got everything a motor grader has packed into a unit on a mini skid. So if you're a motor grader operator and you've looked at attachments and think, no, they don't do what a motor grader does, well, this thing does, but it does it so much better because it's so much more rigid. So I hope you enjoyed the video of the GS130. If you'd like any more information, feel free to visit our website, www.sharpgrade.com. There you'll find links to information and lists of our dealers throughout the world, but please feel free to reach out at any time, and thank you for your time.